What's up, everyone? I'm just blonde. This is Antonio, and this is Lunch Talks, episode 2.
Two.
Yeah. I don't have a specific title for it. For now, it's just JMUN because,
JMUN
for
was
me,
a horrible experience for all of us, especially during high school. It was so trash that most of us regret ever. Well, no one really spent time on it unless you were like a fat nerd or something,
Mhm.
or someone who cared a lot about government when you don't really know anything about it.
So basically, it was in 10th or 11th grade, right? The specifics don't matter. And it was a history class where we were leading up to a thing called JMUN, or Junior Model United Nations, pretty sure. And you would choose a country.
No, you
You
were
would.
you were forced to do a country. You didn't get to choose.
Oh, never
Remember we
mind.
it depend because remember my teacher I had Mr. R, and
Hmm.
remember how he for us he made us do like these little slips where we voted on what we wanted.
Oh,
But obviously, he
yeah, I
said
had him too.
he said that the most responsible students get the first choice. Because I got screwed over
Y-
and I got some bum ass like Colombia that I didn't care about,
The suck ups.
basically.
They're the ones that chose first. Yeah. So we had the same teacher, and for JMUN, what we had to do is we got chosen a country to represent based on the real world. We went to a real university, right? And we would discuss the real troubles that it had, why they're important, what we can do to fix those problems. So the main problem, I don't remember what it was. Do you?
Oh, honestly, honestly, I kind of forgot. I think it was like something with I don't even know something that was on. What was on at the time? It was like what
I have no idea.
2015, 16. Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't remember.
It was some BS topic.
Basically, during the time where we started quote unquote JMUN, we had to write research papers, right, of what our country is going through and why does it relate to our main topic. It was so stupid. I got Venezuela, and Venezuela had nothing to do with the main topic. I wrote the paper. I didn't care, right, if it was good or not.
Here, hold up.
And all right, so basically, the research papers or whatever were done for GMUN, and all we had to do was prepare for the main event, which was going to the university. I forgot which one it was, but it was huge, right? Which one was it? Ah,
It was some Catholic school that they had, some Catholic university.
yeah.
I think it was University of California.
Hmm.
USD, University of San Diego.
Oh, what the hell? All right. So the main event started when it was our school and a whole bunch of schools. And mind you, it was white kids, right? It was mostly Caucasians. And they were so much younger than us. We were in like 10th and 11th grade. I don't know if they were actually grades below or lower than us, my bad. But they looked small. And since it was a Thursday, I guess all of us didn't have the energy to do it. No one cared about it unless you actually tried in your paper, which I didn't.
I don't think anyone did.
And
I remember
nope.
I didn't even finish the paper. I wrote like 2 pages and then just said it. Whatever.
Yeah. So the kids that were on grades below us, they were so rowdy, and there was an orientation before we went into specific classes, and I couldn't hear anything. The orientation was in a huge room with a whole bunch of seats, a main podium or stadium, right, where someone could talk. And then we finally got to our own individual classes.
Yeah, weren't we all like separated or something?
Yeah, we all got separated, and we had to discuss about our problems, right? Whatever. And I'm pretty sure we got our phones confiscated, right? So we couldn't be on it.
Yeah. They took away all the phones and everything. I remember everyone had like suits. Everyone was dressed up.
Yeah,
The
yeah, we were dressed up.
the freaking there was always those one the leaders, those 3 leaders per classroom, and everyone had to discuss about it. Everyone had their papers.
And the first day, which was a Thursday, it was a 2-day event where we went for one day, and the next day that's like when we start wrapping it up. It was in the same university, right? The first day, I couldn't pay attention because there was these kids munching in front of me. I have no idea what they were eating. It was some cereal, and it was so it was so loud, and it was bad. After a couple hours, I forgot how long it was. After a couple hours, we go have lunchtime, and then we discuss. Or I reunited with our group.
Hold up, the lunch was so trash. I remember the lunch.
Yeah,
the lunch was garbage. It was like, I remember the white kids had like full on like. I remember one kid had like McDonald's and everything. Since we were the bum school, we had like freaking the shitty freaking school food with like little B&J's, crackers.
Yeah, mini carrots.
Yeah, some trash.
Yeah, if you didn't bring your own food, you're basically starving to death that day. So we discussed in our group what we did. Everybody had the same horrible experience. They didn't talk. They're getting distracted by the other schools. Basically, the first day, it was boring. The second day, that's when I realized, or at the end of the first day, that's when I realized, you know, I'm not supposed to, or I'm not required to talk, so I'm not going to. And the second day, while we were in our class, I sat up in front of my class. I took off my shoes and fell asleep in them. Oh my god. I fell asleep and no one told me anything. I guess either they didn't see me or they didn't care, but I was in like the front or the middle. I just think they didn't care. And then lunch hit. We did the same old, right? Reunited with our group. Talked about some boring. And then instead of going to sleep, throughout the event, you could actually write on a piece of paper, and you would tell, a moderator to take that piece of paper and give it to another country/student.
From a different class, I remember
that. Yeah, that's what I did. You were only supposed to give the pieces of paper to students in your class, but then we found out that you could actually make the moderators go and give it to students from other classes. So what I did was write in Spanish. I would write in Spanish, and I would tell the moderators they were either white or Asian, right? I would write in Spanish and tell them to pass it on to another country, from another class, and I would tell our friends how I would tell them this is boring. I just want to sleep. And then there's this friend we have. His name is David. I would remember writing at him. We were talking about this Dragon Ball mobile game. Oh my god!
I remember when I was doing that, I got a freaking note from someone that said like something about like some random message, and I didn't know who it was until after. That was one of our friends who was just messing around with us. But people were just trolling with these freaking slips because they were just sending like random messages. And what's even worse is that I'm pretty sure the people who sent them read them.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they weren't allowed, but they probably still did.
Yeah. Didn't you befriend some of the kids though?
Yeah, that's a long story. Well, it's because I was in a completely different group, so my experience was completely different.
All right, let's hear your story.
Because this was like in 9th grade. It was like the troublemaker year. This is like demon mode. I remember when I first went, I was like, man, I don't give a, I don't care. I don't care about anything. I don't care about nothing. First thing I did was like, hey, what the f is up with you? Like to all the people, all the little white kids, they're all looking at me and stuff, and I was like, no one likes me here. So then I went up to one of the one of the head dudes, and I was like cussing at him. I was like, you have to out the door, you're a loser. And then he just kept smiling and looking at me. And then I remember he was, and then I go in, and then we sit down in the big auditorium where they're giving us a speech about what JMUN is and what we're here to do. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. And I just look at the white guy next to me. I just started like talking to him and chatting at him, and then everyone in our group started making fun of me because they started thinking I was like some like Uncle Tom or something, like trying to fit with the white kids.
Yeah.
And then
So
what's up?
Nah, go on. I was about to ask what did you do in the rooms, the individual rooms?
Well, what's funny is that when I remember when going into the room, I was just gonna sleep, but then when I looked in, I looked at who's the one in charge. It was the same guy who I was cussing at when he was holding the door. I started dying, and he started dying too. And I remember he added me on social media, like
Snap?
on Snap, Facebook, and Insta. I still have him.
Oh
I
my
don't talk to the
goodness.
guy.
When people actually used Facebook.
Like 6 years ago. But my experience was kind of lame. It was kind of just quiet. There was this one kid, because I try to like not make friends with everyone, but I try to like be normal with everyone. But there was this one kid who just didn't want to mess with me. Like he didn't want anything to do with me. I tried to shake his hand. He said, "I'm not shaking your hand. Why not shaking my hand? I don't like you."
What the fuck?
Okay, white kid, I don't give a damn. Fucking waste your time pretending to be some government you're not.
I remember in my room, dude, there's a whole bunch of dogs barking. Do you hear them?
Nah, I don't hear anything.
Jesus. So in my room, I had some of my friends in our group. It was like 3 or 4 people, and I forgot how it went, but you would ask for like an unmoderated caucus, right? Which is like 15 minutes to walk around and discuss.
Oh, I remember you could spam those. People spam those for breaks, and then they had to put a limit on it.
Yeah.
Like, you had to vote on it. I remember someone was like, it was Alan, he was like, one of our friends, he was like, "Can I have a moderated caucus for an hour?" I'm pretty sure one time he kept doing that every single time he got called up. He just kept saying that, and eventually it worked. He got one that was like 45 minutes. We all got to just chill.
I remember, for me, it was the smart apps that actually wanted the breaks to discuss, to actually discuss. And I would go to my group, and I would tell them about how I fell asleep in the second day with my shoes off. And then I think the kids I was talking about that were eating cereal, they offered some to one of our friends. I forgot who though. It was, all in all, JMUN was a disaster for me because I didn't pay attention. I also didn't care at all. So not really a disaster, but it was funny how our school made it such a huge thing, right? As if it would have an actual impact in your life. And what I did in that event is just sleep and pass notes in Spanish. Yeah, other classes.
Yeah, I think it was pretty garbage overall. Do you remember that? Because we had these awards and everything, which is pretty lame, but I guess. And people actually like were so serious about it. Like, there was this one kid who was like, "Hey, you gotta vote for me." I was like, it's the same kid who didn't want to shake my hand. I was like, okay, I'm not voting for you. And then there was our Allen guy who was like the dumb guy, the big. He was like, I was telling everyone in the random kids, "Hey, vote for him." They're like, "Nah, they're gonna get mad." And I was like, "Why?" Like, why not? Just do it as a troll. Clearly, you don't care. I don't care about the reward. Like, only one kid actually cares. So just get a troll vote. Like, just troll them. They're like, nah. So I'm like, all right, then whatever. I'll do it myself. And they had us vote with little sticky notes. I just got like 10. I ripped them all up for like little small things, and I put Alan like 10 times. I put them in the vote box. And then like an hour later, they come back with the votes. and they're like, due to someone being very what would I say? It kind of like said very annoying, but in a smart way.
Mm-hmm.
It said, someone put in more votes than there actually is people in the class, and because of that, we have to do a revote. And this time we're gonna make sure that we're gonna like, they had someone come around the whole class and look at everyone write down. I was like, I just kept laughing because I knew that it was me who did it all. I just
Yeah.
And then Alan was dying too because he was also in on it.
Oh my god. After that, man, after the 2-day event ended, I think even the teachers stopped caring about it, right?
Yeah, they're kind of over it. Because it was
Yeah.
2 days and no one really cares. They saw that the kids didn't care. What's even worse is that the year after us didn't even get to go. Like a lot of people got banned because the teachers knew they
Why?
were troublemakers.
Oh my. Oh, I know who.
Because of the field trip before, they had a field trip before that, where they went to a movie theater and it was like a depressing story, and they kept laughing throughout the whole movie. So they got banned from that field trip, or school got banned.
Yeah.
So the year after us didn't get to go, or only like a select few got to go.
The smart ones.
I wouldn't say smart. I would say the ones that care.
The suck-ups. Yeah.
The ones that care.
Yeah. Wasn't the movie about that girl that got shot?
Malala movie. It's hella messed up that you're laughing through it.
Jesus. Yeah, for me that's it. You have anything else to say?
Let me see if I can remember anything. Do you remember the bus ride?
Oh my god, we should have included that. All right. One podcast episode we should just dedicate to the bus rides for the many events we did. Oh, that's a story for another time. We should get.
We can do that next.
We can. I'll text somebody to see if he wants to hop on and, talk about his bus ride experience.
Cool.
Ibrahim. Of when he stepped on Miss Midge's foot. So yeah, basically, all in all, JMUN was a hyped up and pretty sucky event. It sucked. I have no idea how long this podcast is, but it felt pretty short. And if it is long, hopefully
it's going on for like 20 minutes, but it'll probably be like 12.
Whatever.
I gotta edit it out.
Yeah, so just cut this part out. Any final words?
If you ever have to do SES, I mean SLS, JMUN, don't do it. Waste of time.
Yeah, don't even try. All right, that's it. Peace out.